Kiahonfire fam, and welcome back to a brand new video on Conan Exiles. Today we're going to be looking at the religion of YMIR, and we're going to take a big look at this and see what it's all about. We're going to go for a full in-depth guide. If you're interested about any of the other religions, then please check out the description down below. I'm going to be linking all the rest of the videos in there. At the moment we've got most of them done, we only have like 2 more to do, and then we have all the religions covered, so that's going to be great. So let's get on with the video. So with all religions, there are 2 ways to learn this. When you're creating your character, you can choose the religion from there, and that will be YMIR. Or you can learn another way. You can come up to this kind of area in the north. Let me show you on the map here, right here. Basically, there's this big icy mountain. You probably won't see buildings like this unless you're on like a public server, but you'll start from here. Going from the northern area, this is kind of what it looks like, what you're going to be seeing. There's a few saber-tooths around here, so do be careful. But basically you're going to be making your way up here. It's this big kind of zigzag up the top here. Let me just speed this up. And then once you're up here, you're going to see this great big guy here, and you can talk to him. You click Learn Alter to YMIR, and he will teach you the religion. He's pretty cool. There's also a chest you can pick up behind him that might have a bit of food in or something like that. It usually will have some nice bits in it. But yeah, you can learn his religion from here. And then you can go ahead and build the altars. Now there's 3 tiers of altar. Tier 1. Tier 2. And Tier 3. Now there's a few things you can start off building in here. You can build the frost hatchet, which you're going to want to start with. That's how you harvest your religious stuff out. And you can build ice that you can use in your ice box to keep it cool and so your food doesn't spoil as fast. And then you have ice shard arrows, which are like an okay type of arrow, I suppose. They do pretty well. I'll show them off to you right now. So I've gone down to the Sumerian camp where there's lots of people. That was a charged shot. These are normal shots. Let me show you. There we go. That's charged. This is a dragon bone bow, and I'm just gonna. They're pretty mid-tier range, and these guys are like the hardest thralls in the actual game, I find. So that's that. There you get him. You get your frost stacks, and you wanna. There we go. Then you get your little ice shard out of him. There you go. Nice icy shard. You can use these ice shards to go and build ice and stuff like that in your altar, and that's how you're going to be able to upgrade it and get zeals and stuff like that. Just to finish up this guy, get a bit more. He's only a tier 1, I'm doing like nothing to him. I think I used like 30 arrows to kill this one Sumerian fighter, just to give you a rough estimate. You take the ice shard out. You'll get 1 ice shard per person you kill, and you're only going to get it out of people, so just bear that in mind, that you're going to be harvesting people. Basically what I'd do is I would go for things like the lower tier kind of thralls and just beat them up and harvest them that way. That way you're just going to have like easy access to getting these ice shards, and it won't be too difficult, and you won't be wasting too many materials. Now you're going to put your ice shard into the altar, and I would probably just recommend make these ice shard arrows. They're way cheaper than just making the ice, because you're going to need to kill 5 people for the actual ice to be able to get the zeal out of it. But if you build the arrow, you'll get a zeal per arrow, and that will take only 1 shard, so you only need 1 person per arrow. And then you get some feathers. You can get that off ostriches or jungle birds. You can get feathers that way. And then you can get branches, get it from dry trees or whatever you like. And that's probably be your easiest way of getting zeals. So this is probably one of the harder religions to get zeals for, because you just need the extra components instead of just needing 1 ice shard, or like 1 religious item per thing like the other ones will be. But that's what I'd recommend. Just make the ice shard arrows, and then you can just use them to kill off the exiles you do as well. That way you can get your zeals, and then when you've got enough zeals, you can use it to upgrade the altar. You're going to need 30 zeals, so that's going to be 30 ice shards. It's going to get a little bit expensive on this one, but it'll be alright. And once you've done that, you're going to want to upgrade. And when you upgrade, you're going to have something like this. Now, unlocking this actual altar unlocks like the full stack of armor that you can get from YMIR. And the armor is pretty decent. I would say this armor you mostly would use just for like down in the south. You use it to keep the heat off of you, if anything. That's what it's mainly used for. The armour is pretty bad. It's a light set of armour, so you can roll around in it. So I would use it that way. It's hallowed as well, so that means you're going to have reduced corruption when you go to corrupted zones. But it's up to you if you want to use it. Personally, I wouldn't use it. I think it needs a bit of a revamp. But that's all you can build in here. Just the armour and stuff like that. Let me just give you a showcase. So this is like the full set when it's on. We have like the helmet here. Pretty decent. There you go. That's the full thing on the woman character body. It gives me a total of 40 armor in total, and it's a light set. And I got quite a bit of sun protection here, so yeah, you'll be wearing this in the sunny zone. I know it looks like something you'd wear in a cold zone, but it's not. Conan logic. But honestly, I would probably just keep creating the arrows, because each of these costs, again, 5 ice shards per thing. It's not really worth wearing. It's like a mixture of thick hide and ice shards you're going to need to actually build it. So I would just stick with the arrows and then move on up top to the next one. To upgrade, you're going to need 75 zeals to upgrade to the next tier, so just bear that in mind. After building that, you'll get this last tier of building. Now this gives you a few more pieces, more than the rest of them, and one of the things I like here is you'll be able to actually transmat normal kind of ice and shards into black ice. That's pretty nice. I love black ice. You can also farm black ice kind of up here. There's actually a few rocks up the top of the YMIR shrine you can get. So I'll just show you what you get out of one craft of all of this into your black ice. It will take you 100 ice, 20 ice shards, so that's 20 people, and 1 zeal on its own to craft this. So now I'm crafting the black ice, just to give you an idea of how much you're going to get upon one craft of those resources. There we go, that gave us 1 black ice, so 100 ice, 20 ice shards, 1 zeal for 1 black ice. Although I probably recommend just farming it. You can get yourself a decent pick, it doesn't have to be obsidian or anything like that. And come up to the darker rocks, and there you go. And you can get some black ice that way. You also get a feast out of him. Oh yeah, you want to be careful because this is also a meteorite zone. As you can see, they're just falling around me. God damn it. Don't get hit by a meteor. I don't think it would be very good for your character's health. But there you go, some star metal if you're up here. You can also get a glacier cracker out of this. This is more like a weaponized religion, I suppose. Now this does shield smash. It gives a frozen aura. It's a mid-grade weapon, it's alright. It does 36 damage in total, and it works like an axe, war axe. You can also get this nice statue of YMIR you can build for your house, if you like. Let me just place it next to our YMIR. There you go, Frosty Boy. Just show you. There we go. Now if we want to build the feast, now we have it learnt that we can just look in here and we can find it. Here we go, Feast of YMIR. You're going to need 1 black ice, 1 meat strip, and 1 roasted mushrooms. Now you're going to want to make it to Leon's Watch for Specialist Cooking 9. And that is pretty much here. We click on it, there we go. Hopefully I got the Roman numerals right for this one. I'm always great with those. But yeah, you just pick it up straight here. It's by the little camp. You want to be really careful with this camp though, because you'll always have Leon or Lion or whatever you want to freaking call him. He is right here, and he's pretty nasty, and so are the people that actually guard it. So you either want to rush in and rush out, and be very careful with that book, also, because these people are mean. But no, that should give you your roasted mushrooms. Let me just find it. There we go. Roasted mushrooms that you can create in a stove. Just for a map reference, we're just here, just above the dam. And these mushrooms will take you a manita and a puffball mushroom. I would suggest you go to the jungle, or you could go down to the just in the Mound of the Dead to pick up some mushrooms as well. They do some mushrooms there, but I always find the best place for mushrooms is always the jungle. Then you should end up with a nice feast that you can eat. It's going to warm you up with 1, and it's going to regenerate your HP. I really like how it warms you up, because you do need to warm up in the cold. And as I was getting extremely cold and frostbite, I am now only very cold, which means I can climb. If you get extremely cold and frostbite, usually your character will fall off cliffs you're climbing and stuff like that, so you can't be like that when you're trying to climb in the cold areas on bits you can climb on, otherwise you're going to fall straight off. And that's a bummer, so having this feast is actually pretty nice to have, and I quite like it for that reason. And it's a high grade food, so it's going to warm you up, it's going to heal you up, and yeah, it's going to make some things a little easier for you for a little while. So I'm going to show you how the glacier crackers in a minute, but first I'm going to talk to you about the other extras you can learn when you reach to level 60 in YMIR. And that is the Foe Shatter and Blessed Frost Hatchet. Basically, the Blessed Hatchet will have more durability, and that's it, nothing else. And the Foe Shatter you can build with Star Metal, and 50 Zeals, etc, etc. And this thing is pretty nice actually. It does shield smash, 54 health damage, no armor penetration, but it's a nice war axe, and I quite enjoy using it, so I'm going to show you both of these off. So we're going to start with the Glacier Crack. They do look very, very similar. We're just going to go and smack this archer.
Stay back. 2 approaches.
We're actually getting some really nice bleed and cripple on her. She's just going to actually bleed out now. I really love war axes though, so... Great thing about war axes as well is they actually knock people to their feet with a heavy attack. Let me just use the light attack. Now I'm going to show you the Foe Shatter. Just add that on. There we go. It looks pretty much the same. So let's do the heavy. So it's pretty much the same as the other one, it just does a bit more damage, and you can wreck your enemies with this thing. It attacks really fast, and it's just a nice weapon to have, really. And it's probably, if I was going to do YMIR religion, it would be for this war axe, mostly. Because it's just so fun to play with. Now, if you want to summon the avatar of YMIR, you're going to need a tier 3 priest. And these guys aren't called priest, high priest, archpriest. They're priest 1, 2, and 3. But it works in the same way. So this is a high priest technically here. And you can find him and another little priesty here in New Asgard. You have to be very careful if you want this priest, because this area is protected by pretty good thralls. And yeah, you can also use this as an area to farm your ice shards out. But this is a priest location. There's also another priest location you can go to that might be a bit easier for you. And that location is the 3 ward towers. You really can't miss it when you're up in the north, because these things are absolutely huge. And that's right here on the map. Also, sometimes there's chests up top of the ward towers, so if you're interested, you can actually climb up them. But yeah, you can get all priests spawning here. We have a tier 2 at the moment, so a high priest here as well, and he's just praying to YMIR. But that's how you'd get the priest. And once you've tamed yourself one of these priests, you're going to want to put it in your tier 3 altar. And then you can make the true name of YMIR. That's going to cost you 500 zeals, and you can spawn the god out. Now this god is probably one of the more faster moving gods, and he's pretty cool. Boom! That's freaking awesome. I can't actually get him over the walls of this city, which is kind of sad, but he has a little axe attack. He's pretty mean, not gonna lie. I'm gonna go and do it again. His attack takes 10-20 seconds to register. We'll see if we can fit one more in. This dude is pretty freaking awesome. I'm gonna go for it again. Oh, 15 seconds, that's how long each attack takes, and he's a badass. I don't think I got much But his axe is pretty good. It's not the best, but he's like a mid-tier god for damage, I would say. He's got like that mid-tier damage range on buildings and stuff like that. But he definitely does have quite a big radius, especially with that axe. But no, that's the religion of YMIR. If you're interested on the other videos, make sure you check them out. That will teach you about all the other religions. Thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!